Is representing workers who marched to the municipal offices at Tshwane House today. Silindelo Masikane following that story for us. She joins us live. So let's start with the issues and why we saw these workers on the streets.
Well, the main issue, Shahan, is the issue around a transport allowance or transportation in general for these workers to be able to come to work as well as go back home. They work extremely long hours, but also odd hours. So some of them will start work at around 4 a.m. in the morning and clock out just before 11 p.m. at night. And those are hours where generally it's very difficult to either get transport to get to work in the morning or to get home afterwards. They're complaining about the fact that they're now being subjected to crime, putting their lives at risk. But not only that, they're also fighting for just basic benefits like a provident fund and assistance with medical aid. Many of them have been at the BRT service for about 7 years, and they say that their 5,000 rand salary is just simply not enough to be able to sustain them and to be able to transport them to and fro from work. But let's just take a listen to one of the officials from NUMSA.
The issue of transport allowance or even safe, reliable transport from the employer is actually part of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. Our members are justifiably angry that the City of Tshwane, together with its agencies, are refusing to adhere to the labour law on this issue.
It's always good to hear from the workers themselves about their struggles with the little they earn. You spoke to some of them. What are they saying?
Of course, it's always interesting to hear from those affected themselves as to how they're trying to get by. But many of the workers are saying the cost of living is just simply too high for them to be spending that 5,000 rand salary, 2,000 rand of which goes to just transport alone. They have families to feed, they've got children to look after, and they simply cannot make ends meet with this basic salary and that added cost of transportation. Let's take a listen.
We've got a big challenge. First shift we are knocking on at 3:40, office is 20 to 4. Last shift it knocks off at 10:40, office is 20 to 11. There is no transport by that time. Some of us are staying in town, we must pay rent, and when we are traveling to work, by that time there are smugglers around town. So you must run. You arrive at work, you are tired, you must drive a bus. So on the other side, we do need this transport allowance. Because when petrol prices is increasing, everything is increasing.
So what's the city saying?
Well, of course, a memorandum of demands was handed over to the MMC of Roads and Transport, and they've committed to responding to this memorandum. We don't know what steps will be taken, but there was a commitment to get back to the workers with regards to their demands by at least Wednesday. Let's take a listen.
We are going to discuss the issues affecting workers and the conditions so that on Wednesday we can give a comprehensive response back to Babereki and as well to see what can be negotiated within the financial parameters of the city and the businesses thereof. And then as well we call NUMSA and the representatives of Babereki, including TRT and Extreme Tech, so that we have an engagement with the management of the city.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Our reporter Silindelo Masikane following that story for us.